Hello once more. We are back with I'm the J Kitty, and this is another 7 Days to Die Let's Play. Unfortunately, my router blew, so for the next probably 4 or 5 days, I'm just going to be able to make videos without actually getting anything done for posting them. Unfortunately. But anyhow, I'll continue to make the videos daily, so that way at least I have it all done. Right now I'm actually just going to... What was I doing? Oh, right, the heat map. So, anyhow, with the heat map, what I like to do is I like to build out my base, so that way, my primary base is outside the basic overflow for the heat map. So, let's see. Let's go a little bit further. Okay, this will work. Alright, we're at 213. So, let's try to get this done as fast as possible. And what I like to do is I actually just like to have a little outlay. I don't actually do anything building thus far until I've gotten all of the area completed. The blueprints, as it were. 13. Yes. One second, I just kind of have to think for a minute. 13. About 160. Once it gets down to 160, that should be far enough away that I can get the last part done. Okay, there's that. Okay, now I want to bring it out 11 more. Or roughly 11 more. Mainly because what I'm trying to do is I want to give myself enough room. Yeah, this would work, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna start setting up the base itself. Biggest problem is... Okay, here we go. I know what to do. The biggest problem with setting up the base is having enough space to get your defenses in. And I think that's far enough. And I can always expand out if I need to. So I'm just gonna... smashy, smashy. Boom. Okay. Okay, here we go. And do I want to go in further? No. Doesn't have to be a super big tower. I mean... yeah... kind of want it a bit bigger than that, though, so... Because, see, the main problem I'm going to have right now is because I'm by the street. The street's kind of messy as it is to break, because it takes around 25 hits with the pickaxe. But, you know, I guess I don't really have much of a choice. Because, like I said, I prefer to have my horde base away from my crafting area, or just my main base away from my crafting area. So that way I don't have to worry about random hordes jumping it and whatnot. I feel like I'm not getting much done at the moment, but eh. I could knock that. I may knock that down. We'll see. I'm gonna hurry up and get as much lumber in the last part of the day as I can. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, my router blew, and so it's going to be about 4 or 5 days before they actually get out here to fix it. So since that's the case, I'll still be making the videos, but it's going to be even longer to upload. I guess it'll give me a buffer, I suppose. Oh, right. Okay, as you can see, it's almost night 2. I've already shown you why you don't want to go out at night. So to knock down that tree, we'll head back over and hunker in for the night. This time, though, we've at least got quite a bit of wood on hand, so we can actually get some activities done while we're waiting for the day to go over. And like I said, even though this isn't a permanent base, or this is just the crafting area, but it also makes a great area. Since it is the crafting area, you can just take your time and build everything up if you want. And you basically should, because, like I said, this is actually how you can easily gain some levels, because construction work and whatnot will actually, when you're doing construction stuff, you do gain EXP for it. So building up everything in here would actually be a good idea too, even if you're not going to actually stay here that often. It's just a place for you to actually, I like to say the word actually, don't I? It's just a place for you to craft items and stay safe from the zombies while you're still building your main base. But as I was saying earlier, I like to build a blueprint of what I'm going to do before I actually get started with it. Mainly because that way I have the things I need fixed and ready to go for when I can get a massive amount of items. Like, as you can already see from when I was using the iron fire axe, the speed at which you gain resources with the better tools is far and away different from anything else, from just using the simple stone axe, clearly. Excuse me. But the priority things that you should be working on when you're leveling, at least for a long time, is building up your tool building. As you can see, it's super dark. Let's see. Let's go drag me down the. And like I was saying in the previous episode, you want to fix the outer walls of any area you're in, because zombies, if they see through it, then they'll actually attack through the wall. Well, they won't attack through the wall, but they will go through the wall to get to you. And so it's best to have no light being shown through the walls at any step. If I remember correctly, yeah, over here there's another. Let's put that there. In the beginning, you don't really have that much in regards to having light sources. Another reason why you really kind of want the miner helmet if you can get it. Speaking of the miner helmet, there are, you can actually craft the miner helmet using, the football helmet, I think duct tape, and a flashlight if you can find it. But another way you can do it is if you can find a zombie utility worker, they occasionally will drop them. Oh, right, I think I forgot. I actually think I finished getting all of the iron. Yeah, I did. Oops. So what you want to also do is craft claw hammer, because like I said in the last episode, claw hammer will make it so you can build that much faster. See, I've got 577 lumber left, which means I'll be able to use it 100 times. Oh. Did I almost level up? I don't think I'm almost. I think I'm almost at a level, but not quite there yet. Another thing you can do is if you run out of resources, just run. You can run while crouching, and that will at least help to get your athletic skill up a little bit. I wouldn't recommend punching or anything, because that tends to make a lot of noise, and that'll draw zombies over, and zombies will come in and start attacking the building to investigate. So, yeah, don't. I mean, you could eventually, I suppose, but it's best to just try to run around and deal with it that way. So I figure during day 3, I'll just spend most of the time gathering resources and setting up my base, because I kind of want to be able to build the farm and the base at the same time before the end of the 3rd day, which may or may not be possible. Depends on how good I get with the hacking of the trees. Another thing I should probably do is eat. I mean, I'm using the snowberries as a means of getting food, or as a means of replenishing my food at the moment. Mainly because I can get away with it. Because, you want to save up the resources that you can plant that don't hurt you, like, for example, the yucca fruit. But see, like, I'm using the claw hammer right now, and it just takes one hit, and there you go, you've got your building up immediate, which is good. Like I said, this is having the claw hammer makes base building so much faster because it used to be the oops. For now, oops. Let's try to. I suppose I could do a tunnel here, but I really don't want to at the moment. Because, like I said, if you're going to start building tunnels, you really kind of need to have the mining helmet, because it's just too much of a pain to do it otherwise. Because it's so dark in this area at night and underground that without a separate light source, you're really just going to be in a situation where you're switching between the torch and the tool that you're using at the time, be it an axe or a shovel, as it were. So it's basically just best off to wait until you got the mining helmet before you start working underground. I've got 40 more hits left. But yeah, see how I've gone from like level 8 to level 15, and there's my skill point, or there's my level up. So, now that I've leveled up, I'm gonna put point in toolsmithing, or point in toolsmithing, point in weaponsmithing, and let's see. Not sure if I want to put a point in science just yet. No, I probably won't, because I've got only 9 points available to me, and once I've got mining tool up to 10, I'm going to need 10 points to actually get. And that's the other thing I'll do when we finally get the day on, is as I'm heading over, or as I'm chopping down trees, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be heading to the settlement where the trader is, and I'll be basically showing you that, but I'll actually just be doing it to get the 5 bonus skill points that completing the quest will get. Because it's not like I have money at the moment, and I'm out of lumber. Now would be a good time to, let's see, get rid of that, and upgrade it. Okay, since I just leveled, I'll be able to actually, what I'll probably do is on the way there, I'll start building up the pickaxe once I get the lumber back, because I use, maybe the deconstructing these won't get me enough. Ooh, I think it will. So, let's see, tool, yeah, it will. Okay, so I'm gonna start crafting another iron pickaxe right now, because once that pickaxe is crafted, I'll sub it in for the iron pickaxe that I'm using, since it's above the one I'm currently using. And I'm just gonna run around a little bit. Oh, that's right. I remember where I put the torch. Over here. So let's take the torch back. And yeah, I can't stress this enough, guys and girls. Get the mining helmet if you can do it. If it's at all possible, get the mining helmet. Otherwise, you're gonna be running around in the dark a lot, and it's not fun. It's a pain in the ass. if I get a chance, I may actually also even start wandering over to the desert region, if only to pick up a couple more aloe vera. Let's start eating some yucca fruit. And, let's see. Let's scrap the bow. You can build a new bow in a second. Oh, that's the other thing. The garden hoe, Mom. Hey, ho. Hey, ho. Sorry. But the garden hoe is for, planting, obviously, is for tilling the soil so that way you can actually plant, and turn a profit from actually planting a seed instead of kind of looking like a fool and planting only to harvest the same one. I guess I'll wear the black suit pants. I don't think I want to use the sledgehammer just yet. Mainly because I have no way to repair it. Because unless you actually have the skill, well, yeah, I'll take it. I'll use it for now. Might as well. But I'll keep the wood as a backup. Jeez. Oh yeah, put the bullets away. I'll keep one large bone. Always keep at least one large bone, simply for the fact that without a bone, you can't make a shiv. Without a shiv, you're not going to be able to harvest properly. Okay, as my pickaxe has already gotten up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually scrap the old pickaxe. I don't have any resources as far as that goes, nor is that. Okay, I could start heading out now, but last time we did that, or the last time I tried that, zombies ate my face. And this time I don't have the resources to handle it. Store that. You should always store items that you're not going to be using. Like, say, any resources that you know you're not going to be collecting for the moment. Put them in your storage area so that way you have as much inventory space as possible when you're out looking around. Because you can quickly run out of resources or run out of inventory space in this game when you're out on the prowl. Dun dun dun. Let's eat some more food. Kinda don't... Like I said, I don't like eating the yucca fruit when I'm almost out of it. Because it's not like I have a whole bunch of it to spare at the moment. But I'll do it anyway because you kind of want to have your food gauge up to at least 50. Because that'll usually last you about usually last you about the full day. I mean, at 75, you start to regen health. Or at least that's what they say. I don't know if that's actually true in Alpha 6 or 16 anymore. Let's find out, actually. I do know that you regen a little bit of health from eating the yucca fruit. I mean, it's literally 1 HP. So I'm just gonna fill up, because I'll be heading to the desert anyway, so... Or I'll be making my way there, I should say. I don't know if we'll actually get that far. I might. Okay, there we go. Okay, now that the day has passed, or night has passed, let's head out. Okay, first things first, take these glass jars, and Okay, so if you notice on my little compass there, that's actually the waypoint that you go to find the settlement. And the settlement is basically just, it has one NPC, and that's the trader. And he, well, obviously is a trader. He will buy items from you and sell you items. But at this moment in time, we don't really have all that much to buy and sell. But nevertheless, we'll just wander our way over there. In the meantime, we'll hack down a tree, then start walking to the next area. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay, before that, I'm actually going to have to go and grab the remainder of the forged iron I have, because if I run out of iron, I'm not going to get, or if I don't have any forged iron on hand, I can't repair my tools, and if I can't repair my tools, then I'm going to be stuck using stone stuff. Okay, I've got 3 forged iron, so that's enough to make it 3 repairs. So what I'll do is, I'm actually just going to walk. Not going to worry about zombies too much. Actually, I'll smack this one, maybe. There it goes. Wow, it's really raining over here now. Not in game, just outside. Let's see, how shall I entertain you? No. On the way there, you know, I'm walking, obviously, so it's going to take a while. Pick up the cotton, and pick up goldenrod flowers, obviously. And whenever I'm full on stamina, I'm going to take a shot at a tree until I'm running out of stamina, and then I'm just going to walk again. I'm going to do that for a while. Also take the carnations, or whatever those are. I'll look over it again once I actually get to a point where I care. Because they give you, or they can make red tea, which is sort of like goldenrod tea, except for the fact that it also causes a buff where you have a reduction in heat, which is good for, like, if you're in the desert, not so much if you're in a winter or in a snow biome, but if you're in the desert, it's actually a really good thing to have. Okay, this time I'll actually run out of stamina. So, let's see, okay. And as I just did, I drank the little goldenrod stamina back for it. And we're just gonna keep on moving. When walking through the forest, you may encounter a wolf or a dire wolf. So, keep an eye out. Don't let yourself get caught by a pup dog, because pup dogs are nasty and they will kill you. They can outrun you, and well, you saw in the last video when I was just getting chased by a zombie dog, they just ripped out my throat and I was done. But yeah, the wolves and the dire wolves are the same, except the only difference with the wolves and the dire wolves are that, well, they will also attack the zombies, or at least, you know, make motions to attack the zombies. I'm not sure if they're actually doing any damage to them. But it at least keeps them distracted, so you're not having to always worry about just one thing. So that way, if you know you see a zombie and a wolf, the wolf's most likely going to be attracted to attack, or drawn to the zombie itself instead of... Which actually makes it so you can snipe it. Now, granted, if you can't kill it in the first blow, it's going to be mad, and it will come after you instead. Alright, yeah. Yeah. It was a good idea to take out the iron sledgehammer, even though I can't repair it. Makes this so much easier. But, you know, once I can get the iron sledgehammer, then definitely I'm going to switch to that, because clearly, as you can tell, it does a lot more damage than just using the wood club. And, as I've stated before, damage equals more EXP. I mean, now granted, on one of my own vids, or one of my games that I hadn't actually been showing, I still was able to get up to, like, rank 40 or 50. Because when you level up the skill itself, it doesn't actually increase the amount of damage you can do with those particular items. So, as such, it's just best to try and level it up as soon as possible. The more levels you have, the stronger you'll be, and the quicker you can gain the levels, the easier the game becomes. Especially during, like, say, 7-day hordes. Yeah, I mean, eventually you can start knocking down trees in, like, 3 to 4 hits, instead of having to sit there forever. Which is good, because, I mean, it would be a really annoying game if you were always having to deal with this going on and on and on. But as you can, level 8 in mining tool now. 2 more levels, and then I can actually increase the amount of damage I'm doing per hit. And if you notice on my tool gauge down here, my durability is only at 38 now, so it's almost out. And once it's out, then you end up having to repair it. And I mean, that's not actually a bad thing, because, I mean, once it starts to decrease around 50%, then it starts losing effectiveness. Like, see, for example, it's only doing 37.1 damage, actually repair it now. And now it's going to do 47.51, so it actually increases by about 15%. So, once you have a lot of resources, then you can just start repairing when it gets down to the halfway mark. But see, I've already got 686 wood, and it's not even been over 4 hours for a day. So it's one of those situations where the better tools, you really start to notice how quickly the tools help. Let's eat the snowberries, because, well, I'm waiting. I'll eat 3, I guess. I think the limit is like 5. I'm not sure. 5 within a short period of time, you know, you start suffering from illness, from snowberry poisoning. So, you know, don't suffer snowberry poisoning if you can help it. If you can't, I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Athletic skill increases two ways. Just by regular running, but it actually also, I think it comes directly from stamina drain. So like even using the tools and stuff, that will help to boost up your stamina, or not stamina, athletic skill. So try not to have a full bar of stamina at all times. Just kind of use if you can. Because if you have a full bar of stamina, you're clearly not going to regen stamina, and if you're not regenning stamina, you're not going to gain athletic skill. I think walking also increases. Oh! Hello! Ow! Well, as you can see, I've just been infected. I mentioned that earlier. And a zombie stripper. We won't mention this. Okay, there we go. That was my own fault. I should be crouching whenever I'm near an area, and since I got some money, it's actually kind of good, and I can use that for something to trade. But as you can see, I've been infected, and infection. You are infected, If left, you get weaker, then die. As you can see, the duration is 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's not in-game 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's literally real world 2 hours 30 minutes. So that's like 5 in-game, or that's like 2.5 in-game. I'm being targeted again by something, so I'm just gonna move a little bit. And as you can see, you know, activity tends to draw more zombies to come out. And as you can see, I just... Damn it. Ah! I'm just not having... I'm just getting ganked a lot today. Today just seems to be the day where I get attacked a lot. There. One for you. Gain some food, but that hurt. I really can't afford to take more damage than I'm already taking. Okay, now we'll build that bone shiv. It makes a bigger impact when there was nothing in the other one. Let's see, lamb rations. Yum yum. Okay, so let's eat the lamb rations, and then we'll drink the goldenrod tea. And that's the other thing. I'll show you a little trick later on how to quickly gain some wellness. First, we're gonna go talk to the trader. I'm just kind of working on getting some levels or getting some experience now, I suppose. Because I still need to get to that. I still need to get a couple points. You should probably crouch down when you're gathering, even though I wasn't. Well, I showed you why you should be doing it, because If you don't, you get snuck up on real easy. Especially if you've got the sound down like I do. Because there's usually audio cues that a zombie's nearby. Like, you'll hear them yelling out and hissing and whatnot. But since I've got the audio cue or audio down, oh, here we go. I gained a level. Okay, since I'm level 6 now, I can actually I can't actually do anything with it. My next level I need to get to is 10, so I can upgrade my tools again. But as such, okay, like we can start running. Okay, let's head in here. Okay, now this is Trader Joe's, and I just gained 5 skill points because I came in here, which is good. Okay, it looks like there's a working cement mixer, a working workbench. Destroy. Usually, oh, wow, 14 forged iron from that destroyed forge. That's actually really neat. That's the most useful I've ever seen an item, really. Football helm, press boy cap. Okay, let's see. We want to keep the sweatshirt, I guess. Keep the sweatshirt and the skull cap for now, I suppose. Because, just in case we go into a colder region.
Okay, fucker. You respect the shop rules, and we'll get along just fine.
Alright, let's sell this. And I just gained a bit of EXP, or just kind of selling items to gain
Cha-ching! Thanks, buddy.
some barter levels. Let's open up here. You can't actually break anything in here, but you can, like, collect items. Oh, wow. Got a really good wrench. That's nice. That'll be useful later because you need a wrench in order to make a workbench. And without a workbench, you can't make some of the more advanced items. I think I've collected everything here, or I've collected most of the things. So I'm gonna... pick up the corn. Corn is good. Corn is delicious. It only gives 1 point of food back, but it still is good for the simple fact that it can be turned into cornmeal.
You're not bringing counterfeit money in here, are you?
There's a crossbow. I really wish I could afford it. Well, no, I actually just want the book.
I'd go broke.